Good morning, 8th graders! I thought it would be fun if Lucas and I drew an anime character for you guys this morning. So here's my guy or girl, could be either or. And we're starting out with a simple face shape. Now I've already started that for you here. If you want to draw and start out with a simple oval, you can go ahead and do that and then modify. What I want you to see here is how instead of, if I had like a normal oval like this, it would probably go down about here. But we need to make sure we see his jawline or her jawline, and so I bring it down almost to a point right here. Okay, it's long, you see the jaw, it's longer on this side, shorter on this side. Okay, it squares off just a teeny bit on the top. So go ahead and create that face shape. Okay, Lucas already got started here. You can see that he did a great job.
Thank you.
On that, you're welcome. Okay, after you are done drawing that face shape, we need to get some simple lines in so we know where everything is going to be placed. So right at that point where the jawline is, I'm going to do a slightly curved line so we know that that's where we're going to put nose and separate the eyes, and then we do a slightly angled line that crosses it here. Okay, this helps us know where our eyes are going to be, etc. Now we want to have a slightly angled straight line down to know where his body is going to be. His shoulders, slightly angled right here. His hips are going to be horizontal, so you can go ahead and do a straight horizontal line for his hips. I do 2 angled lines down. Okay, this is where his pants or his legs are going to be. And then 2 ovals for feet for now. We're going to modify all of this, but we want to start out with some really simple shapes. Okay, it helps us keep things aligned and all in the right place. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? So please don't worry about that, and you can do everything on your own time, pause the video, and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's get going on his face first. So we are going to do his eyes, or her eyes, and the first part is how I do his eyes is I do an angled, so right here in this quadrant, okay, this quadrant and this quadrant, I go ahead and do his first eye. It angles up slightly and then curves, because my anime character is fierce, okay? So I'm making fierce eyes, and then I curve this side as well, and then do a slightly curved up eye, excuse me, line right there as well. Okay, this eye is going to be slightly smaller because remember, this anime character is looking off to the side. Okay, I curve up like this. I curve down. I'm following the line of his face or her face. I do another curve on the other side, and then I do a straight line instead of a curved line. Okay. Okie dokie. If you want to erase the line that we drew to help us inside the eyes, go for it. Keep the other parts of this line free for now. Let's go ahead and do 2. Look, we're going to do the eyes in completion. So I'm going to do a line here like that. And it's the same, like you're mimicking this outside line. And you're going to do the same for the other eye. Just like that. Okay, we're going to start getting some highlights in, because if you've ever looked at kawaii eyes, which most of my students from grades 3rd and up seem to know how to do this already, which is awesome. We're going to do some highlights. So we're going to do a circle here, and then this circle is slightly over a little bit, right about like that. Okay. I also want to do a curved line on this left eye, just like that. Do you have a question, kiddo? That's looking awesome.
If there's like, say it does go over this, and you can see the line, should you erase inside the circle?
Yeah, that would be great. And you can do that now, or when you're kind of getting finished, you can go, when you're doing touch-ups and whatnot, you can do it whenever it feels good to you. And now I want to do an oval inside, in between these two lines. And I start here where that highlight is, and it's going to be an oval just like that. And then another one right like that. Okay. I'm going to get another highlight in. For these eyes, I'm going to do a circle here, and then do the same thing right here. Okay. And then in this area right here, we're going to do vertical lines. They look like sun rays, but it's the iris. So that's what we're trying to portray here in our awesome anime character. And I'm going to do the same on this side too. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, so we want to color in the pupil. Now again, if you want to use actual color, like colored pencils or crayon, go for it. I'm just using pencil for right now. It's up to you. And you can wait to color in things until you've got all of it done, which makes a lot of sense. But everybody does things differently. So just do whatever is comfortable for you. Okay, so our eyes are pretty much done for now. We want to go ahead and put a nose line in, so you can see where we have this line. It's just a curved line, just like this. And then his mouth, my character or her mouth, has a little kind of smirk. Like again, my character is pretty fierce. So I just did a couple curved lines to create that. Now, if you want to erase these soft lines that we drew inside the face, go for it. Okay?
Pass the eraser, please.
Oh, sure. Okay, so we're not going to do hair yet. I'm going to leave that to the last little bit. It's not that hard. It's just a bunch of zigzag lines, but I want to get some of the body in. So right now, for this guy or girl, I keep doing that. It could be whatever gender you want it to be. Straight lines that go down from the corner. This character is going to be crossing their arms. So just to mimic that, I'm going to do some straight lines that come from the bottom of those arm lines that we just did. His waist, let's go ahead and make a rectangle down here. There we go. That's where his waist or his hips are going to be. Okay, let's go ahead and at the top of this rectangle, we're going to do two straight lines. Okay. All right. So now we have the gist of where things are going to be. Now we're going to start filling in. And we want to do two lines down here on either side of this base line to create a neck. And then we're going to round here for the shoulders. It touches the top of that line, comes out a little bit, touches the bottom corner right here. And I'm just going to stop on this side to do that. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, very similar. Here's a shoulder. I'm going to round it out. It's going to touch that line here. Okay? All right, so now let's get a sleeve in. This is the easiest way I have found to do this. And don't worry about these lines that are sticking out. You can go ahead and erase later. So here's a sleeve. I just came out, I came down to about here, brought a line out, and I'm keeping the corners soft. They're not pointed. And there's one sleeve for you. So slightly inside the bottom of that sleeve, I'm doing a line to indicate the inside of the arm. And I'm going to bring it up here and then round it like that. Okay, how you doing over there? Ooh, looking good, kiddo. Okay, all right. So we want to go ahead and start another sleeve. And I'm seeing right now, I'm looking at my guy. Mine's going to be a guy since I keep doing that. And I've noticed that I brought out this elbow too far, and that's okay. I just erased it and brought it inside a little bit like that. So I have another line here. He's still too far out. I'm just gonna do this. Boom. Perfection. We want to have this arm here is underneath this. So he's crossing his arms. So his hand comes out, he peeks out about like that. Okay, there we go. All right, and if you notice anything off, you can always come back and erase just like I was doing there. It's not a problem. I did that quite a bit for that as well.
Thank you.
Okay, so for his shirt, I go ahead and erase this line here. Sorry, kiddo. Yeah. And I round it up like this. And then I create a collar. So I come up a little bit on the neck. I curve, come down, curve, come down, just like that. Okay, so I went on the neck, right here on the left side of the neck, I did a curve down. It touched the shoulder, it went over the shoulder just a tad.
Oh, there we go.
It comes to a point, and then I curve back up and then down. You can, if it's a button-up shirt, bring that line down, maybe put some buttons.
What about a hoodie?
Okay, yeah, it could be any type of shirt you want. It's not a big deal at all. And I'm knowing, I forgot to do a sleeve over here. There we go. Right now we're just kind of making things look a little more real. Okay, so he's got funny looking legs right now, so which is fine, right? We're going to now make these pants. So I come out where the hips are and I connect a soft line, it's not quite straight, to the bottom of that oval. On the other side of the oval, I'm going to connect this oval with this oval, this foot with this foot. I'm going to do a curved line like this, okay? Now I'm doing a nice soft line on that side, okay? So it's looking more like we've got some pants. And then what I did here is I decided to erase these lines and I created pockets, okay? I want the shirt to come out a little bit. I created pockets here. It's just a curved line down from the top of his waist to the side of the pants. All right? Mm-hmm. I did a little chain coming. You can get really particular and creative. Exactly. Thanks, Lucas.
You're welcome.
And basically, you can do whatever you want with your guy or girl. I did folds in the pants. Okay, that's, I think, really starts to make things look yours and a little more realistic, or as realistic as an anime character could look, okay? And then there's lots of different highlights, and don't worry, I'm going to come back to the hair with like kawaii eyes and also anime characters. Like you can see, I've got some highlights, some sharp highlights happening here and here. They're just curved rectangles, I guess you could call them. Before I get to the hair, I kind of like to get all those extra little lines out, and then I start to, I always do the hair last, that's just kind of what I do. I start to kind of modify things. I put a little bit more emphasis on the bottoms of like the sleeves and the collar. I darken that up. I'm gonna get my pockets a little darker, that sort of thing. I'm gonna hold this up a little bit more for you. So I darken things up. I make where there might be a shadow, I make that a little bit darker as well, like his jawline, that sort of thing. Okay, so the hair with these anime characters, the hair is all one big object, right? And with this anime character, I decided that she has kind of spiky hair. And it's gonna come down over the forehead. I started up here. So you are going to be drawing over that headline, so you're going to have to do some erasing afterwards, but just think of these as kind of modified zigzag lines, and just feel it. Like there was no rhyme or reason, except I was just kind of going with the flow here with my anime characters' hair when I did this earlier this morning. Okay, I just knew that I wanted there to be hair in front of the face, and then I was using these lines, making sure that they go with the flow of the head, meaning mimicking kind of the direction of where the head was going, just like that. Okay. Once I get my shape for the hair, I go ahead and I take the eraser and I erase the headline. Okay, can I see that, Lucas?
Yep.
And then I'll give it to you. So just like this, I'm just erasing that. I won't do it all. And then I put, again, some hard highlights. I've got a kind of a lightning bolt highlight right here. I did some highlights. I just mimic the shape, right? I get some highlights down with the hair. So anyway, you can have a lot of fun with this. Again, you can make your character any type of character you want. Maybe they have some cool powers or whatever. Whatever you want to do, basically. I hope you had fun with this. I know once they get to the middle school projects, they're a little more detailed. It takes a little longer, but also it's a lot of fun. And again, email me your project when you can. There's no hard due date. If you could try to get it in within a week of when the project posts, that would be awesome. Thank you so much, 8th grade. Have a great day.